Okay, let's talk about it, man. Your psychology is cooked. That's why you're here in this video right now. With that being said, there's so many layers to psychology that I can get into, but we're not going to get into it all today, simply because of time. But what we will talk about today is patience. Now, patience is one of the most common and frustrating issues that we go through as traders. Swing traders, scalpers, intraday, you name it. Everybody has an issue with patience when they first begin. And it's because of the way that you look at the charts and what you're doing trading for. So I always have people apply for my mentorship with like a Google form where I talk to them before and I kind of see what their experience is, what they're going through, what the goal is for them to get to where they want to get to. And I can almost always tell who's going to make it and who's not going to make it just upon their answers and what they're talking about. And really, what trading comes down to is you loving the game. You can't just love the money with it because trading is not that entertaining after 4 years of doing it. Trust me, it's boring as hell to me. So I love trading. It's like a video game to me. I like video games, so it's kind of just entertaining for me in general, as is. But for somebody who isn't really tech savvy or doesn't like, stuff like this in general, it can be a bit tedious to get to that learning curve for you to look at trading in a certain way versus just making money. So, whenever I ask my students or anybody in general, right, what are you trading for? They say the generic answers, time freedom and location freedom, and I want to be financially free. Okay, well, whoop de doo. So does everybody else, right? But like, what's your plan? What's your goal? What are you doing it for? Like, let me know who you are and why you're doing it, right? That's a bigger answer versus time freedom and financially free. Like, that's bullshit. You're just saying that just to say it. Um, and when it comes down to it, it's like, oh, I want to buy a house for me and my girlfriend. I want to propose. I want to buy a new car for myself. I want to go to school. I want to do this. I want to do that, right? And those are actual goals, and that's attainable, and that's more secure than you just saying, I want to be financially free. A plan, a man with no plan is a man with no action. And with no action, you're not going anywhere in life, okay? So let's get into what I think trading really comes down to. Because really, it's just money, if we're being real, right? Money for cars, money for houses, money for family, money for sickness. It doesn't matter what it's for. You want it for the money. So let me change your perspective on money in itself for trading. Why do we want money so bad right now? Oh, well, it's because, I'm mid 30s and I want to get this for myself. It's been a long time. I feel like I'm behind. Or I'm early 20s. I want to get trading so I can get a head start, and buy a house by late 20s or mid 20s. Or there's always some sort of like time deadline in all of these plans. So, is it the money that's an issue, or is it the time that's an issue? If you didn't die for 500 years, you can get rich to buy whatever you want to go buy and do whatever you want to go do by working a normal job. But we don't die that late. We die in 70, 80 years. After that, you're lucky, right? So, is it money or is it time? In my opinion, it's time. So I went from thinking about how much money am I losing to how much time am I losing by doing this act. By going on tilts and acting immature and unprofessional, how much time am I losing versus money? So let me break it down to you this way, and hopefully this helps. Let's say you buy an eval, stay zero. You trade for 2 days to pass it, if you're good. So now on day number 3, you actually have your PA account. Let's say you trade one day it's green, one day it's green, one day it's green, fourth day is red, and then here's your 5th day for your payout after your 4th green day, right? You think to yourself, man, I'm 1 day away from payout. Let me just secure a winning day and scalp with no setup because I think I'm him after winning all of these days. And then you go on tilt and you blow everything. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 business days that you just wasted because of one emotional reaction that you had to yourself. Versus if you lose again and recognize, hey man, this is not good. I feel really anxious. I'm getting really upset. And I feel like I'm going to go on tilt. Let me stop here and come back again when I feel better. Doing that move saves you so much more time and actually gives you a chance to secure that fifth day. And right there, everything changed for me because I went from looking at the money to looking at my time. I'm not going to react emotionally and irresponsibly for this one Asia session because if I do, it's going to blow my past 5 days of my time. My past 2 weeks are gone. I have to restart that. Are you serious? Oh, I was so close. And like you just get so upset and then that cycle never ends. You have to respect yourself enough to respect your time. And that's it. Money doesn't really even fucking matter once you get past like a certain amount of money in your account, okay? It doesn't change what you eat, it doesn't change who you are, it doesn't change what you do. It doesn't change anything. All that matters is like if you have time for yourself to do what you want to go and do and enjoy life as intended, okay? And by wasting your time like this, you're wasting your time getting to where you want to be and doing what you want to do and having your time freedom or financially free or whatever the hell you want to say, right? Acting emotionally, it wastes time, and that's it. Money isn't even a factor. So if you're struggling about trading, right, and you have the hard time fighting the urge to keep trading whenever you already are red, think about this. Okay. Think about your time and how much time you're wasting, how much effort you're throwing in the drain, how much work you're just tossing away into the bin because you want to act irrational for 2 hours. In 2 hours, you can waste away 2 weeks. That is not okay. The money doesn't even matter at that point. You just wasted 2 weeks of your life because you're emotional for 2 hours. Step away, be an adult, and act professional. That's it. Now, granted, at a certain point, when you're profitable, with prop firms especially, you know, blowing accounts is almost as time efficient as getting new ones or trying to save them. So it's a different ball game when you're in that category of trading. But for the beginners in here who are struggling with just getting a payout and keeping the money, think of it like this. And also, here's one more little itty bitty tip. If you're brand new and got your first payout, let's say of $3,000, please don't go and buy 5 accounts and try to run it up again. I guarantee you, those will blow. You'll buy 5 more. Those will blow. You'll buy 5 more. Those will pass, but then you fail to get a payout on those accounts, so then you go buy 5 more. Now we're talking about 20 accounts in a span of maybe 2 weeks. You just lost $2,000 of the three that you earned. And again, you're wasting your time because to get that initial three, you had spent 3 weeks getting that three. So it's like, bro, what are you doing? You're just wasting time. So over the course of 2 months, right? You're only up $1,000. Are you kidding me? So really try to understand exactly how much time you're actually wasting by acting irrational and acting immature. Control your emotions and think logically. Okay? Be picky, be selective. That's all I got to say. Hopefully, this lesson kind of teaches you a little bit about patience and kind of gives you how I flipped my narrative for myself. And hopefully, that will help you flip your own narrative for yourself as well at home. Hopefully, you guys have all. Holy shit. Hopefully, you. Ah, hopefully, all of you guys have a good day, right? And I want to see you guys succeed and win in the chat. But please respect yourself enough to respect your time and just be patient. I guarantee you it's worth it in the long run. In the moment, it feels like it's taking longer, but in reality, again, guys, you're saving so much time by acting professional, by just acting irrational. So it feels long and it feels played out when you're just waiting for a good day to trade and you're getting antsy, but trust me, it's saving you so much more time in the long run. Because over 3 to 4 to 5 years, all of these time gains are going to compound and your results and your progress will be astounding compared to what they would have been if you weren't patient in the first place. So please, guys, trust me on this one. All right? All right. Have a good day.